Sup, you chuckle fucks, it's your boy, Dark Raikou here with What If Issei was a Gunslinger? Part, 1. Now, just Gunslinger, not What If Issei was a swordsman and a gunslinger. Don't worry, I'll do that later, but for right now, I am a little too tired and I went to go do stuff and, yeah, I came back and I probably won't be able to do something tomorrow. Maybe I can, I don't know, but this is a what if, so flip off. I'm just gonna do this what if because I thought of my head for a while. So yeah, I was thinking of, well, nah. But not the point. Let me begin into this what if and yeah. So, we begin into mostly Issei Haidu. A boy with brownish hair and kind of brownish goldenish eyes. He goes to a school called Kuo Academy, and of course he is a devil. You see here, he became a devil thanks to the fact that his old ex actually killed him and kind of screwed him over on a date and kind of gave him PTSD. But it also kind of made him less lustful for girls. Yeah, Issei's kind of less lustful. But, of course with that, he actually got reawoken back to the fact that, well, he's weak and he needs weapons. He realized that he needs fucking weapons. Of course, he also realized that he has no magic because when the devils did tell him that he has, well, mostly one girl told him that he has the sacred gear, and the sacred gear is basically twice critical, which is mostly the red dragon, the boosted gear, but it's a twice critical right now form. Of course, this is where, well, it's also the fact that he has low magic and he's not physically strong. He kind of realized that he is the weakest member out of the Grimoire Porage, which he needs to make himself much stronger, but yeah. But we go into Issei. Issei right now in the Porage of the Grimoire. Now, of course, everyone is kind of dealing with mostly the contracts and other things, while Issei is thinking of a way in how to get stronger. This is where, well, Issei knows that he's one of the weakest members out of all the kind of, like, Grimoire Porage. Now, he does, well, how should I say, he doesn't, well, Ozzy is still not there just yet, but mostly Issei is just thinking. He's just, like, thinking so hard. This is where, well, mostly Rias kind of, like, snaps his mouth and says, Issei, Issei. This is where Issei snaps out and says, yes, President? This is where Rias says, did you even hear what I said? This is where, well, Issei says, no, sorry about that. This is where, well, mostly Rias says, fine, I'll tell you again. I want you to go do some contracts and then come back and tell me the good news if you manage to get contracts. You haven't actually got in any contracts just yet, well, or basically any of them done. This is where, well, he says, sorry about that, President. This is where, well, Issei knows that for a fact that he is not one of the most, well, how should I say, he's not handsome, he's not, what's it called, charisma material. He doesn't even know why he does these damn contracts when he basically won't get any of them to accept him. The fuck is he gonna do here? He also has heard that these contracts help the devils and get stronger. He doesn't feel any fucking different. He feels still weak and pathetic, which he fucking hates doing these contracts. So sometimes he just ditches them and just ignores them entirely. But yeah, he realized these contracts don't fucking help him at all. Literally, they don't do jack shit to him. Like, if he was a pure-blooded devil, it might have done something to him. But he is basically half human, half devil. With this interesting sacred gear that can boost him up to like 3 times and then reset. Because he's so weak. This is where, well, Issei kind of just says, yes, I'll do the contracts. This is where, well, he takes 2 flyers and does have to go, like, do them. But instead ignores them entirely, because he goes to the park and actually instead just start training. The reason why he actually starts kind of doing this, it's been actually like 2 days since his incarnation. Well, mostly, not 2 days, well, it is 2 days, because, well, yeah, he had a fight with Donisik, and Donisik still almost whooped his ass, but yeah. Of course, he realized that he needs to train to get stronger so he can get his revenge against, well, Reiner. Now, he still mostly is angry with Reiner, and he is quite pissed. He literally got his heart shattered. He is less lustful and doesn't really care about Rias' kind of like Opie or any of that, because he finds out she's a devil. And of course, this Issei is not that dumb. So yeah, this is where, well, he is just going to start training. This is where, well, he starts doing push-ups, sit-ups, and other shit similar to that of like Saitama's workout, even what's it called, Songjun kind of workout, because he kind of remembers reading this on some like webtoon slash manga. So yeah, so of course he just starts doing that. About mostly he does it for like 2 hours straight, and this is where well he realizes it's turning dark, so of course he decides to go through the contract anyway. Fuck it. That's where, well, Issei is getting towards mostly one of the contracts household, and of course it's near like the city. Of course he's not working. Mostly he's walking towards an alleyway until someone actually managed to like hit him in the back of the head, and of course this is where Issei managed to stumble towards like the wall. Of course, it didn't really hurt him that much. It did hurt like a bitch, but not much. He looks up and sees a person pointing a gun at him. This is where the person says, "Hey, give me your money." This is where, well, Issei says, sure. This is where Issei starts kind of putting his hands up and trying to reach his hand towards his wallet, until he noticed one thing. Guns. This person has a gun. This is Japan. There's absolute rules to stop and prevent anyone from using guns. Until he noticed a gun model, let me say again. The gun's model is literally a pistol that's only uses 9mm, and of course, he doesn't know how tough a demonic skin is stronger than a 9mm until he thought of something. He just had an idea in his head. Literally, just something pops into his head. This is where, well, if he's so weak in magic and mostly he's weak in basically strength and other things, why doesn't he just substitute all that, mostly the magic, with literally firearms? Like, he remembers using firearms when he was younger. He remembers his grandfather like teaches him a lot on firearms and how to use it and how to shoot at it. And of course, because his grandfather was a war veteran, he had like guns and other shit. Now, of course, Issei doesn't know if he still has the guns and other things that his grandfather gave him and left for him when he was younger. Of course, his parents probably hide it, but he doesn't care. He'll find it later. But right now, he's thinking, shit. Wait a minute, if I have no magic, how the, well, because he has zero magic, making him, well, not zero magic, he still has a little bit, but not barely any, but still, guns can help him out in this kind of, if he has a modern problem, modern solutions should help him out. Mostly he will solve it with firearms, because, well, he sucks at magic control and he has low magic. So, fuck it, use a gun. This is where, well, Issei kind of looks at this person and even grins a little bit, because this person seems like an idiot entirely. Because this person seems to have the gun in safety trigger. Basically, you can't trigger it out. Well, not trigger it out. Mostly you can't, like, shoot at it because it's right now kind of in this locked mode. Issei couldn't just stop kind of giggling. He's just like looking at this idiot for a second. This is where the person says, "Huh? Why are you giggling? You know I can shoot you." Issei says, "You realize, you know what? Never mind. Try to shoot me then, dumbass." Issei puts his both hands. This is where the person shoots. Try to shoot him. Didn't work. Huh? It does have bullets. This is where the person right now checks on the bullets. This is where he then puts it back and tries to shoot him again. Doesn't work on Issei. Issei says, Issei clocks him in the face. Mostly just like pushes him away, mostly like managed to kind of hit him in the face by a punch, kind of hitting him. This is where the person stumbles back until the gun was dropped in the ground. This is where Issei picks up the gun. This is where, well, he then looks at the gun, kind of grins a little bit. Right now takes off the safety trigger, and right now looks at the person saying, "Oh, don't worry. It might have been black magic that you might have just sucked, or the fact that you're an idiot and you had this on safety trigger. Let me show you what it actually does." Bang, bang. This is where she shot the man's legs out. This is where the person said, "Please, have mercy on me." Issei says, "How about you give me the money that you just kind of, well, gain?" This is where, well, the person says, "Yes." This is where he takes out all the money and wallet and other shit. This is where he says, interesting. Thank you. This is where Issei takes the money, but this is where he then kicks the person in the head, knocking him out. This is where he has now the 9mm kind of like pistol gun. Now, of course, this is where, well, it does have like still some bullets in it, and this is where Issei puts it in his pocket. Puts it in safety trigger so he actually won't shoot himself. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei does have the money, taking out the wallets, taking out the money, throwing the wallets out of the way. Maybe taking also the ID. He might use it later, whatever. Because he can now remember, well, since his mind is clear from lust and other shit, mostly he can now actually think clearer than ever just thinking about opie and, yeah, other shit. So, of course, this is where, well, his mind is much more clearer. This is where, well, he remembers how his grandfather told him, if you ever get another person's ID, use it to get whatever the fuck whatever you can get. You can also get the money, credit cards, whatever. Just use it. Use whoever's fucking ID it is. Like, who gives a damn? This is where, well, Issei is grinning because he can remember all his grandfather's words. This is where, well, he then kind of just puts the, what's it called, wallets and just throw them away. Like, he throws them every time he's like walking away. He throws them into a trash can. So it doesn't look suspicious in him just throwing all the wallets into one fucking garbage can or whatever. This is where, well, he takes all the, what's it called, wallets, purses, whatever shit that person had. And just throws them, get the money, ID, or whatever shit. This is where, well, he says, yeah, he's whistling. He doesn't care. This is where, well, Issei thinks in his head, yeah, I should probably become a gunslinger, not gonna lie. I suck at magic, and I suck at casting magic, so why not use, well, not using magic, but using bullets. I'm hoping bullets can fucking help me in the supernatural, or maybe can I customize the bullets? Because if I can actually make like holy bullets or even demonic bullets, maybe I can actually use it against other people. Besides, I suck in, well, hand-to-hand combat. Actually, I gotta learn how to do hand-to-hand combat anyway. Maybe like a martial arts style. Did my grandfather ever had a martial arts style? Oh wait, he did! Taekwondo. Damn, I really gotta learn that again. Thanks to my lustful self managed to take multiple years away from my mind. It also took, luckily for, well, then again, even though it managed to take multiple years away from me, luckily for Rainer for actually stabbing me, actually it's kind of a blessing in disguise. I'm not afraid, well, I am afraid of women, but it also did clear my mind from Opie and other shit, making me less lustful and other shit. Now I can actually think clearer. So, guns are necessary. A good martial arts like Taekwondo would be also necessary. Since I can't have a strong sacred gear, don't know if this sacred gear can evolve anytime, maybe I should start just training, ignoring whatever the fuck Rias wants. Because even though Rias is beautiful and other things, she quite gets on my nerves for some reason. Probably because of that spoiled kind of girl-rich attitude. It's annoying. But that's not the point. Should probably start training. These contracts don't do shit to me. They don't help me get stronger. They're just quite fucking annoying. Because it's mostly like a servant do this. Like, the fuck? I'm not no damn slave. Whatever. Let's see. What did Rias told me? Rias said if I get to a high-ranking position of a devil, I'll be able to get out of her goddamn barrage, making me be able to make my own barrage. I don't really care about having my own barrage. Is there another way for me to just get rid of these evil pieces? I mean, the demonic strength and other shit's good, but it's annoying. I don't want to die by holy weapons much more faster than normal. Whatever, I already died by one holy weapon, so I should probably keep the demonic strength for a little bit. But other than that, I gotta get rid of the damn control of whatever Rias has, because it's annoying. Well, time to get to what's it called, my contract. This is where, well, Issei has a determination look and both of his eyes glowed a blue and red for a second. This is where, well, he then kind of just walked straight towards his contracts, started doing them. This is where, well, he does his first contract, and the first contract is just telling him, show him some magic tricks. This is where he says, I don't have any magic tricks. The fuck you? This is where, well, he says, I don't have any magic tricks. Go ask someone else. This is where, well, the person just scoffs and just tells him to, okay, get out. This is where it kicks Issei out, and Issei says, okay, well, fuck you too, asshole. Suck a dick. This is where Issei didn't care that much. Issei goes to his next contract, and there's mostly that one anime dude, and this is where the anime dude says, okay, well, welcome back, Issei. So, how's your day? This is where Issei says, pretty decent, I guess. Actually, do you have any, this is where Issei says, actually, do you have any, like, manga books where the character usually trains on some martial arts or any of that? The person says, yeah, why? Well, I'm gonna have to learn how to start using, maybe I can do that? Oh, no. This is where, well, mostly the person says, what do you mean? Why the hell do you want to learn martial arts? Easy, because I'm a devil. I'm gonna have to go fight against crazy other beings. So I'm gonna have to learn how to do martial arts or something. Person says, oh, well, that is true. Why don't you ask your kind of master, whoever the hell it is, to kind of teach you? Because my master's a spoiled little bitch that doesn't understand shit half the time. Oh. No, not the point. I still gotta learn how to do hand-to-hand combat and also how to use guns. Because, well, yeah. Guns? You mean firearms? Of course. Have you ever watched different animes where there's like firearm, guns, and other shit? Well, that is true. So, how are you going to, I don't know, get weapons and illegal guns? You realize this is Japan. This is not America. And you say, that is true. It's annoying how this is not America. I remember being in America once, and goddamn, you can literally go to Walmart and, or not Walmart, you can literally go to the goddamn convenience store and they will literally just be selling guns for like a couple of dollars. Which sucks because here in Japan, it's quite hard for you to get a firearm. It's annoying also. But I really gotta learn how to make my own firearms, my own weapons, so I can be able to fight against the supernatural. And actually have a fucking winning chance instead of me trying to punch them. Which is annoying if I think about it more often. This is where, well, most of the person nodded and saying, well, let's just watch a couple of anime to see if you can be able to copy their style. That is true. So we go into about like 2 hours later. Issei's basically just been watching anime with this guy. Basically just like fighting animes, like what's it called? He watched like, what's it called? Well, so they watch like, what's it called? Dragon Ball, Bleach, Naruto, and what's it called? Like also like, what's it called? One Piece. But of course, this is where Issei noticed one thing. For all of them, mostly he does notice how Goku fights is like martial arts and one, but at the same time punching. He noticed how Naruto fights is also similar to them, like martial arts and punching. Now he noticed that Naruto does use kunais, which Issei thinks it might be helpful for him as a well, not devil, mostly as a devil incarnation because, well, again, weapons will help. But he thinks that swords are quite annoying to carry, so of course he's just going to ignore the swords and how Bleach kind of uses because they use swords and other things. But of course, he instead kind of noticed how one of the characters from most of the Espadas named Stark actually use guns, which is actually quite fucking cool. He uses 2 double guns, mostly 2 dual-wielding guns, and this is where he thinks that would be actually really fucking cool. Shooting lasers from it, but yeah. This is where, well, he also noticed how in One Piece, they use swords a lot. Some of them do use guns, and this is where he thinks that the guns are quite more useful than the sword. But then again, he noticed how Zoro can easily cut through bullets. But then again, the bullets are kind of round, so yeah. They also watch a movie, well, a couple of movies, like, what's it called, Mission Impossible, John Wick, and other shit. But this is where, well, Issei is saying shit. So that's how to fight with guns. Also fight with a number 2 pencil, not gonna lie. How to kill the motherfucker with a number 2 pencil. You won't say less. This is where, well, the person chuckles and say, that is true. Still. I'm gonna just say that contract is done. It's been 2 hours. I really feel tired a little bit. Or not even 2 hours. It's been actually like 3 hours, but yeah. This is, yeah, I gotta get home. I gotta be looking for the guns that my grandfather gave me. But yeah. This is where the person says, no, this is, well, see you, man. This is where he says, yeah, you too, man. This is where both of them just gave themselves mostly like somewhat of like a greeting handshake and then just say bye. And this is where they like walk away. But yeah, or mostly Issei walks away. Issei is getting towards his house until he felt this unnerved, mostly unnerved kind of energy signature. And this is where a fallen angel appears right in front of him. Now, this fallen angel seems to be quite different from Donaseek and what's it called, Rainer. She doesn't have blue hair or yellow hair. She's not goth, lolly, whatever thing. But of course, where it's a different fallen angel. This fallen angel seems to kind of be looking at Issei to actually intend to kill him. Yes, it's none other by Rainer kind of told this fallen angel to kind of go after him. This is where, well, the fallen angel rushes at Issei with blinding speed, trying to cut, Issei. Luckily, Issei's training does pay off. He managed to dodge, and this is where Issei pulls out the gun. This is where he points it straight into the person's head, point blank, and blows his fucking brains out. This is where Issei said, Luckily, I managed to also copy the memory of like. So of course, where well he blows the fucking brains out of the fallen angel. This is where when Issei does that, he grins like a madman. His eyes went red and one being blue. This is where he says, "That's good to fucking know." This is where Issei has such an evilish grin on his face, and this is where he's just smirking. This is where Issei, for some reason, all his like vision, it went kind of blurry for a second until it went kind of slow motion. Well, slow motion when he was fighting against his fallen angel. This is where he's grinning like a madman, saying, "Well, that's good to fucking know that guns do work against the supernatural." Well, just gotta make sure that I fucking point blank them in the fucking brains. This is good to know. Maybe I can use this against Rainer. Yeah, I'll use it against Rainer. I'm gonna torture that son of a bitch. That damn slut. Yeah, I should do that. Yeah, I should. This is where Issei has such a sinister kind of grin on his face. And this is where Issei then decided to kind of go home. He gets to his house, and of course where he gets inside his house, kind of like opens the door, see his parents are not home, and this is where he then grins. He goes to mostly the attic of his house, and this is where he went to go check up there. Mostly he saw a lock which actually annoys him, but he shoots at it with a gun. He shoots the lock out of the way. This is where he then managed to kind of get up there, and this is where he noticed an armory, literally a box. But this is where when he opens it, he sees the box. Well, there was a button. This is where when he clicks on it, it was an armory. Literally a fucking armory of multiple guns. Some of them aren't even finished, like being finished to be made. This is literally his like grandfather's guns that are mostly modernized to being for Issei's liking. Which when Issei kind of grasps one of the guns, he actually feels it to be much comfortable than the one that he'd been using, the 9mm kind of gun. This is where he noticed the bullets and what they need to be used, and there's also instructions for how to build it, how to build your own gun, how to make your own bullet, and how to do a lot of shit. This is where Issei grins. But this is where there was another book, or mostly it was a scroll, and when he kind of like opens it, kind of opens a scroll/slash book because there's two of them. This is where it actually teaches him about Taekwondo, his grandfather's fighting style most of the time. This is where we go into Issei kind of grin like a madman. This is where Issei says, "Grandfather, I'm so happy that you actually gave me this for my birthday. If it wasn't for my stupid parents and their perverted antics and my stupid fucking antics for the same thing, I would have been strong just like you. Do not worry, Grandfather. I will make you proud. I'm not gonna do any stupid perverted antics anymore. I am going to be I'm going to be the old Issei, the one kid that you trained when I was younger, when I was at least 4 to 5 to even 6 years old. I will be that kid again that you trained to be just like you, a war veteran, someone strong, someone powerful, someone that doesn't let people push him around. I will be just like you, Grandfather. I will not let anyone push me down. Okay, Grandfather? I'll make you proud." This is where, he sees a picture of his grandfather, and that's why he was making this kind of promise. This is where Issei puts his fist out right in front of him and says, "I want to fist bump just like the old times, but I wish you was here to actually train me, to actually put me in the right track, unlike my father who put me in the wrong track, and like my mother. So, I'll make you proud, Grandfather. I'll make you so proud." Mostly he then tells his grandfather's name to be, Jin Taejin. This is where, This is where, he just says, "I'll make you proud. I'll make you and grandmother proud. I'll make you proud that this young boy will become just like you, a war veteran. I will join the military after my whole double career with whatever bullcrap. I'll break the fucking cycle of becoming a servant, and I'll be just like you. I'll be a monster like you. Yes, that's what I'll do." This is where, we go into a time skip of mostly Issei kind of mostly ignoring the contracts most of the time. He doesn't ignore one contract, and that's mostly that one dude that actually watches anime with him, because mostly he actually became friends with that dude, and mostly he stopped hanging out with Matsuemo Ahama. Instead, he's been just ignoring everything in school, like education. He shows up, but he doesn't really stay there for too long. He instead watches YouTube videos, tutorials and other shit on his like phone half the time, and ignores the teacher entirely. What's it called? Whatever bullcrap. Now the teacher has ignored mostly the three perverts. Whatever they do whatever, because mostly everyone ignores him. So of course Issei is kind of happy for the fact that he used to be a pervert and now he can actually be able to do all this without anyone questioning about what he's going to be doing. And now of course Matsuda and even Murahama do kind of annoy him, saying, dude, you want to go here, you want to go. This is where Issei completely ignores him, just fucking walks away from them. This is where, well, mostly not to cause a panic and why he's ignoring them. This is where when both of his friends manage to mostly confront him in what's it called, just somewhere that isn't too loud with too many people, they ask him why he's not going with them towards the kendo class. Issei just looks at them with such a murderous look in his eyes, and he says, "Oh, that's easy. I'm not a pervert. You two can go fuck off. You still can count me as a pervert in the school. I don't care. What I am actually going to be doing is training. Training just like my grandfather has always taught me. Either you leave me alone or I break your ankles right now." This is where, well, both of them kind of looks at him with mostly an angry look, saying, "But you were supposed to be our leader, our true leader, to kind of get the glory of, well, Oppai. You're in that club with the ORC. You have Ria's Creamery and even with the and this is where he says, shut the hell up for a second, you bastards. I'm not a pervert. I don't care on what the hell those two girls can do. Truly, I'm not even in charity with the club entirely. Mostly I'm left out of some activities. Since I have my perverted status, they don't trust me too much. I don't even know why they even asked me to join." This is where, well, Issei is kind of completely not lying, because it's kind of true that mostly some of them do ignore him entirely. Like, Koneko, Akano is mostly just a crazy bitch, which Issei is not crazy enough to talk to. And of course he doesn't talk to Rias, and mostly when it's come to Kiba, he just kind of ignores Kiba. Yeah, he ignores almost all of them. He doesn't care. Equal rights, equal fights, he doesn't care. He just ignores everyone, even the girls, but yeah. Of course, he acts like his old, goofy, perverted self, somewhat, but when it comes to battle, he's just going to be straight up like the realistic himself, mostly the real self, the real person himself. Now, of course, this is where his parents the next day did kind of question why the lock was blown off. Issei kind of just says he doesn't know. Now, of course, when they go upstairs, mostly to the attic, and tell Issei to stay there, this is where Issei does know that mostly he's just going to say that support robber probably took all the armory, which is not entirely a lie, because, well, yeah, he took it all. He took all the armory, and where he actually put it was actually at a place that's mostly a how should I say, it's an abandoned kind of warehouse, but luckily this abandoned warehouse did have storage, so of course he kind of puts it there. Has a lock there, well, multiple locks, so people won't be able to kind of take the guns or weapons that he has, but yeah. But that's not all. He also has, during this couple of weeks, he also has gotten a paper slip towards a contractor to kind of go do it, but it was actually none other than an actual gangster kind of, someone like well, someone like connected to like gangsters / mafia / yakuzas, to do some stuff that was kind of shady, but Issei didn't care. If it had to be killing people, he didn't care. He would use guns also, which he was clean as hell when killing people. Of course, where he impressed the leader a lot, so the leader decides to actually help him out. The leader decides to kind of give him a kind of room and for him to have like a storage guns and other shit, so he wouldn't need to put it in that abandoned warehouse. This is where, well, making him have his guns safety and locked. Now, of course, he's connected to the Yakuza leader, just with mostly it's not a Yakuza, well, it is a Yakuza leader, but he's just kind of in good terms with the Yakuza leader. This is where, well, other things like, smaller things like he needs some shipping for like material for his weapons, he does ask the Yakuza leader, because, well, there's no way in hell for him to get it, but yeah. But other than that, we go into Issei going into a time skip, but mostly we go into like a couple of weeks later. Issei is right now in the school, kind of looking at something like in a YouTube video. Now this is where, well, mostly he's not YouTube video, like he's hearing music on his like phone, but this is where he has like these like smaller devices in his hand, and this is where, well, he's actually trying to connect them. This is where, well, he's trying to figure out how to connect them. He's just right now thinking in his head, saying, okay, so this goes here, this is where he hears screaming, mostly behind him, and sees there's none other than Murahama and Matsui running away from the kennel girls. Well, probably, but because he can't see where the hell those girls are at anyway. They're not behind the, well, two pervert duos. Well, yeah, the two perverts. And of course, when they see Issei, they're thinking to actually trip him and making him be the fault of, well, all the pervert antics. But before even them being able to do that, they both get their legs swiped out of them by Issei moving out of their way quick. And this is where Issei is quite faster than normal. Issei has trained like hell to actually get to the level at, well, where he's at right now. He's not even using the demonic strength, the demonic speed, or any of that shit. He's using just superhuman kind of normal speed and other shit. This is where, well, Issei trips both of them. This is where, well, Murahama lands on the ground, and this is where, well, Matsuda lands also on the ground. This is where Issei sits on him, saying, okay, you can be my chair for a second, asshole. This is where, well, Issei's right now trying to put his, what's it called, mostly gun, which it literally is, what's it called, gun parts together. And this is where, well, mostly Matsuda says, get off me, you bastard. This is where Murahama was about to get on top of Issei until Issei hits him right in the, what's it called, stomach with an elbow. This is where Matsuda, well, not Matsuda, Murahama falls down and says, ugh, why, Issei? Issei says, why? Easy. If you want to know why, it's because I don't like you guys. So you two can just shut up for a second. I'm doing something, jackasses. This is where, well, they both glare at Issei, but Issei didn't care at all. But right now, I'm going to leave it off here for part, well, what's it called, part 1 of this What If. So other than that, bye, see y'all, and yeah.